Alright, people, this is the 7th installment of Meet Your Strawman. Don't fall asleep on me here. This is what you want to soak into the noggin. Don't worry about chemtrails or poisonous food or Hollywood actors or none of that garbage. Concentrate on manifesting this. Because if enough of us share this information, as opposed to reptilians and bullshit information that's not even real, then we'd actually be free and liberated a lot sooner than I'm trying to manifest. Because I'm putting in the work, believe me. And I'm well versed in understanding how to manifest things into the holography. But you can help. Share this information. This should be my most viewed shit on Instagram. Why is it not? Why did my last one get one person liking it? Don't fall asleep on this. This is the information. Listen. Get the ears out. Ta-da, bat dog. You know what I mean? Come on. Let's go. My hat feels like it's on weird. There it is. Alright. What does this mean? What does that mean? People ask me all the time. That is Netzach. That is Jewish Kabbalah. It means victory. At all costs. It's impossible to lose. Netzach. Kedah. It is the topmost Sephiroth on the Tree of Life. Yes, my son's name was Sephiroth too. More synchronicities. But it means regal crown. Alright? It also means compassion. At the highest level of compassion for all things, all beings. I also have Darth tattooed down on my leg when I've got the full Tree of Life. That is when all 12 Sephiroth are combined into one. And they create the hidden wisdom or the hidden knowledge. So my Instagram name is Darth Vader. It's not the red lightsaber guy. It is actually knowledge father. Because Vader means father. Alright. How did I get on a tangent about Kabbalah? I'm sitting here supposed to be doing Strawman. Alright. Okay. So, in part 6, when we closed, we were talking about that 300 that had come in and 300 gone out, and the book's balanced and the case was closed. But now, if you were to apply for a loan, mortgage or otherwise, for say 100 grand from the swindle bank, they would give you an application form which is set out in such a way that you have to fill in the straw man's name rather than your own. Separate boxes with one of them containing Mr., and they may even require you to fill the form in using block capital letters. You may think that the capital letters are so that they can read your writing, or perhaps maybe we're making it easier for it to be entered into a computer. You'll be retarded to think that shit, because the name in those capital letters belongs to the straw man and not to you. You have actually just made an application on behalf of the straw man and not on behalf of yourself. You might wonder, why would they want you to do this? After all, what could they ever get from the straw man? Good question. You might be surprised. When the straw man was incorporated, they assigned a fucking large monetary value to it. Possibly $100 million. And they have been trading on the stock market on behalf of the straw man ever since. And you know how many years that has been. Think about your date of birth. So, very surprisingly, in their opinion, the little fellow is really very rich. And you have just authorized them to take the amount of your loan application from the straw man's account. So before the bank passes you any money, it has already gotten its money from the straw man account and entered it in its books as 100,000 credit to your loan account. Then, they place 100,000 into your loan account as a debit. Interestingly, that loan account is now balanced and could easily be closed off as a completed deal. And this is where the sneaky part comes in. And I'm talking more sneaky than the butler of Mr. Deeds. To get the money out of your account, you have to write and sign a check for 100,000 on that account. What does the bank do with checks which you sign? It assigns them to the account as an asset of the bank, and suddenly, the bank is ahead by 100,000 because the check is in the name of the straw man who can supply the bank with almost any amount of money. I'm not fucking kidding. But it doesn't end there. As the bank is confident that you know so little about what is going on and that you will pay them anything up to 100,000 over the years against what you believe you owe them, if that happens, then they have made yet another $100,000 for the bank. Bam! To make things even better for them, They want you to pay them interest on the money which you don't actually owe them. Overall, they make a great deal of money when you borrow from them. So perhaps you can see now why banks make hundreds of millions in profit each year. And we still have third world countries. Yeah, that's right. If the loan were used to buy a property, then the bank probably insisted that you assign the title deeds to them as collateral for the loan as soon as the property deal closed or was completed. If you then fail to keep paying them, they are likely to attempt to foreclose on the loan, then sell your property quickly for an even greater profit. And to add insult to injury, if the property sale did not exceed the amount of the loan plus the charges for selling it, then they are likely to claim that you still owe them the difference. Ha ha! Perhaps you can now see why Jerome Daly told them to go fuck themselves, and why your request for the accounting for any loan made to you puts the bank in an impossible situation. If the bank then just writes and tells you that the debt is fully discharged, they still have made a massive profit on the whole operation. And they also hope that the vast majority of their customers will not catch on to the fact that they are paying far too much for their property, or even that there is a straw man involved. They don't want you knowing this shit, but I do. So who's the good guy? Please don't feel that you are ripping off the banks if you don't pay them what they are asking you to pay. They have already recovered everything paid out before you start paying them for the second or third fucking time. And when it's a mortgage, the entire process is very much the same. And there is a website here that I'm going to quote to you. It is the debt-free sovereign website. Check this goodness out. It is www.freewebs.com/debt-free-sovereign. And it gives a very clear description of this process in Canada. And the process is much the same everywhere else, Australia, New Zealand, America, etc. They describe a typical property sale and mortgage this way. The buyer goes to the Magic Bank. Harry Potter's working there. In response to the bank's claim that it is in the business of lending money in accordance with its corporate charter. The buyer went to the bank believing that Magic Bank had the asset or money to lend. Magic Bank never tells its customers the truth that it does not have any money to lend, nor that the Magic Bank is not permitted to use their depositors' money to lend to its borrowers. And there we have it. Another one bites the dust. I hope you're all listening to what I'm saying to you here, alright? I'm not fucking joking. This is the holy fucking grail. Alright? I'll return tomorrow night with part 8, so when you wake up, click, listen, let it resonate. Understand what I'm telling you. I love you all, right? This is freedom. Much love.